Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I shot with Julia. So for this shoot we decided to shoot at this superstore, and we thought it was still closed down because of the lockdown, but when we arrived it was open. So we decided to shoot in the backyard somewhere, and there was this large road with a lot of lorries, and we did some test shoots there. And yeah, it was a good experience for me because when I shoot with models who don't regularly shoot that often, it's always a big challenge because you have to help them to do the right poses, and you gain a lot of new skills when you are a photographer and when you shoot with unexperienced models. But I have to say she did really well, and for this video I thought about showing you how I edit my pictures. And here we got a portrait. This is actually the portrait we've done at the end of the photo shoot. So we went into this forest, and what I always recommend, guys, if you're using an 85mm 1.8 is to look if you have an area where you have a lot of shallow depth of field. So to create that you have to have a spot where the background is very far away. So here we have a portrait of Julia, and my tip always for you guys is always to create 2 new layers, because if you mess up with one layer, you can always delete it, and then you still have a backup layer. And the first thing I always do is to create more visual interest is to, first of all, create more contrast in the image. And here I'm going to show you how I do that. So basically you go on brightness and contrast, and then you have your mask here, and we're going to reverse it, and then we're going to get closer to Julia, and we're going to use the brush tool. And now we're going to make sure that this area is also white. So basically we have a white brush now, and we're going to add some contrast to the hair. We can also actually create a bit more contrast, just a bit more. So this is how I add contrast. It's very simple. And then what I do is I add another layer, and there are actually 2 ways you can create vignette. And in the last video I showed you how to do it with the brush tool, and now I'm going to show you how you can do it also with the gradient tool. So we go back to brightness, and then we're going to lower it. And after we've lowered it to around 15, we're going to press OK. And here we have the gradient tool. And up here you have 2 options. You can, for example, use the linear gradient tool, or also I always say the diamond gradient tool. It's also known as radical gradient. And make sure up here your black is on the left and the white is on the right. So what we can create now, so we go to the gradient tool, make sure this is selected, and then we're going to draw a straight line to the right. And now we already have more brightness in the center. We can also draw that line a bit larger. So here you see the before and after. And what you can also do is also take your brush tool and make sure you have the right one selected. Now we need black, and you can, use the brush for the face. And the next thing, what I do is, and here you can see the eyes, and we want to make them pop out even more. And what I always do is I go to linear dodge, which is here, and now the whole image is very bright. We can change that by creating a mask, and then we're going to reverse it. And now we're going to get closer to the eyes and going to select the brush tool, and we can also make it a bit smaller now. And then we're going to change the black to the white, and now we're going to pop out these shiny eyes. This is how we do it. So yeah, this is how I do that. You can also change the opacity a bit, or to around 60, that's fine. So another thing I do to make the picture more interesting is that we can create a new layer, and we can go to liquify, which is on filter and liquify, and this might take a little second for you to load. And after it has loaded, you go closer to the eyes and to the face, and what we're going to do is we're going to raise a bit the lips. So that's good, just a tiny bit, and then you press on OK, and then the model has also a more little smile. And here you see the before and after, just a little bit. Be careful that you don't exaggerate with this tool, with the liquify tool, because it then looks unnatural. And the next thing what we can do is we can create more sharpness in the portrait. And it's very easy, so we can create a new layer down here on the right, and then we go on filter again, then on other, and then on high pass. And now your whole image is gray, but don't worry, we're going to change that. So you just press on OK, then we go on normal again, and on overlay, and now it's very, very sharp. So when we get closer and see the before after, we have a lot of sharpness. So what we do now is we're going to lower the opacity so it looks a bit more natural. So I would say around 30%. And here we see a before and after, so we have more sharpness now. And this is how I edit my portraits, and I'm also going to show you again a before and after. And if you liked this video, you can of course also check out my other Photoshop tutorials. And if you are into photoshoot and photoshoot behind the scenes, you can also check out my other videos on my YouTube channel. And again, huge thank you to Julia for being the model. It was a lot of fun shooting with her. And guys, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also ring on the bell so you always get notified when I upload a new video. And thank you again so much for watching. Take care of yourself and see you next time. Bye.